Yeah, so justice for Nip. That is what we want. If you heard Big W or Big U, whatever his name is, if you heard him in that little, um, as Cardi B say, if you heard him in that footages, if you heard him in these footages, you heard him say justice for Nip. Now, apparently, he was doing a live. I guess he was on his little Instagram because he does these lives every now and again. I'm guessing because I don't follow the man, but I'm guessing he does these little lives every now and again, talking about different things, talking about what he's going to, you know, have come out or what he's working on or whatever the case may be. And I'm assuming that someone said justice for Nip. He repeated it and he did a little faulty little chuckle. Now, this, I don't believe it went viral. This was first revealed by the YouTuber All Viral Access. So, shout out to All Viral Access for delivering this great work. Now, it may be other YouTubers that also revealed this or delivered this video, this soundbite, whatever, or delivered the footages, whatever. I don't know. I'm unable to be able to view everybody's all simultaneously at the first, first try, first time. All Viral Access was the first, video, not video, but the first YouTuber I saw that had delivered this footages. Okay. So, Big U, he want to be like controversial right now. I feel like he want to be, as they say, relevant. He wants to be talked about. You know what I mean? He wants to be trending. He wants, for people to be able to go to Google and put in big BIG and then you pop up and then pictures of him. You know what I mean? And I just don't believe that is going to happen. But this is what he wants. I don't really believe that Big U had anything to do with Nipsey's death. I really do believe that it is just like higher up, just real higher up. You know what I mean? So we all know, we all have the theories about that. Like his mom said on the BET Awards, an assassination. They may have used little shitty boy or whatever to do the dirty work. I mean, that's possible. You know, I'm not totally thrown by that idea. I feel like that could be something that truly happened. Them paying him possibly. I don't know. No one knows. These are all speculation, all theories. So that's that. But this guy, I don't believe this guy had anything to do with it. Um, he just trying to get paid. That's what it seems like to me. He really just seemed like he's just trying to get paid. He trying to capitalize off this ish. However, the best way he can, whatever come his way, he down for it. And I just think he's just trying to get paid. Um, Clearly, it is clear to me anyway that he wasn't a fan in it. He may have used, he may have liked him back in the day, when Nipsey was a little younger, was a little wet behind the ears, and this guy was supposed to be like the big worm of the neighborhood. Everybody's scared of him. He's put in a lot of time, work, and all of that in the gang, and he's put in his work in terms of showing that he about it, whatever gang people do. I don't know anything about that life, but I know that if you join the gang and you actually about that life, as they say, in terms of you fought the fought or you popped the gun, you got a body on your gun or whatever, however they get initiated. I guess this guy did it to the fullest, and he was in the gang life or whatever for a long time. Maybe even now, I don't know. I don't know anything about this guy because why he's not really important and he's not anybody to follow as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I know people, YouTubers and all that, kind of follow him now because of Nip. And that is the reason why he don't like Nip or didn't like Nip because Nip pretty much came up in every sense of the word. He grew up, he got a brain, he was actually utilizing his brain. He was a lot smarter than what people thought. People really thought that Nip was just a gangbanger. You know, if you look back at some of Nipsey Hussle's older videos when he was really young, Nip was just a gangbanger. You know, from what met the eye. Just looking at him and listening to him, you just figured he was just a gangbanger and ignorant. Even though he was kind of talking, you know, some serious stuff, like some important stuff about investing and helping out his neighborhood. Obviously, he's, you know, had that mindset and that dream to kind of be that of the people of his community for a long, long time because he's been saying that for years, you know, according to the older videos. So, you know, but still, to people like this guy, he just figured, you know, Nip was just a kid and, you know, nigga probably be dead in a few, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Who knew that Nip would go and visit his father's native country, Eritrea, or however you pronounce it. Forgive me if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Eritrea, however you pronounce it, and have an awakening. Like, Eritrea for Nip was almost like the pilgrimage that Malcolm X took to Mecca. It changed his life. You know what I mean? Like, he came back on a whole new page, whole new outlook on life. And, you know, he hit the pavement coming back from that trip like, let me work, let me make a difference. And he did that. You know what I mean? People are referring to Tanisha Foster and something that she had mentioned about, you know, she's not the only one with the past. Well, we all know that. First of all, everybody has a past. Secondly, everyone knows that Nip had a past. Like, I mean, he'll be the first one to tell you that he was a part of the Rolling 60s. I mean, the man has a big 6 on the side of his face. You know what I'm saying? And he's always in blue every now and again. And he pretty much repped his hood. Like, he repped the 60s. He was always throwing up 6 and the W. So, I mean, everybody know he had a past. Everybody know he was very, very active in gang life. He'll tell you that. His friends will tell you that. His family will tell you that. But he made a change. And that's what's different I'm feeling about him and Tanisha Foster. He actually made a change, and he was really trying to make a difference. Tanisha, and this video is not about her, but I'm just saying Tanisha, she just seems like she's stuck in a rut. Okay? And so now she's making changes, but damn it, it's probably killing her. It's probably killing her to make these changes because she wasn't ready. She just wasn't ready. It doesn't seem like she was ready to make the changes. You know what I mean? So, you know, going to get her GED or finish her DUI, get her out license. From what I've been hearing lately, get a job because I guess Nipsey was supposedly paying for some things or whatever. Anyway, like I said, this video not about that girl. Anyway, she's making me speechless. But yeah, so Big U, he didn't like Nip because Nip actually made it. Okay, he made something of himself, and his career had pretty much basically took off. Okay, and he was jealous. Big U probably, you know, he's been trying to get a niche and get an artist that he can produce and make big off of for years, and it hasn't happened yet. You know, and he probably didn't think it was going to happen with Nip. Nip left him or not, you know, found another manager. or maybe decided to even manage himself. I'm not sure, but he got from under Big U, okay? And when he did that, he began to prosper because he began to really work at his career and on himself. And that's what happens. That's why they say work hard. It pays off. So this guy is pretty much just jealous in it. So yeah, he's like, psh, may he rest in peace. But yeah, I'm glad he gone. He out the way. Now I can focus on me again. Because the activity that he's getting on social media, that's probably the most activity and views and all this stuff that this man has had since social media became popular. I mean, honestly, he probably have not really had that many followers, that many people viewing his lives or any of that stuff until, you know, the whole little rumor of him supposedly having something to do with Nipsey's death, which I don't believe that he has anything to do with it. But this guy is smart in terms of he knows that, he's heard that, and he wants to capitalize on it. And that's his thing. Dollar signs. That's all that's in his eyes. Like, that's all he cares about. He's trying to make a dollar. He wants to make a dollar out of 15 cents, and he gonna do it as it relates to this Nipsey Hussle stuff. So really, because he's heard that rumor, he's going to, very subtly and subliminally always make reference or a negative reference to Nip because it perpetuates what the rumor is, basically. It keeps it going, and it keeps people continuing to speak out and whisper, like, oh yeah, I think he has something to do with it. He dissed Nip on his video, or he laughed when somebody said he was dead, or, you know what I mean? He didn't go to the funeral, which, clearly that's a sign that he did not like Nip at all. He didn't go to the funeral, really? Enemies even show up at people's funerals. You know what I'm saying? You could be the strongest enemy, but you'll show up at the funeral because if you don't show up at the funeral, you know how that looks. The perception. It looks bad. You know what I mean? Stone cold murderers will show up at someone's funeral that they hated, just to keep the perception that everything was all good. This character here, he don't care. He don't care how it looks. That is just the bone of retention that he had for Nip. So, yeah, this guy, he's just about the money. Since the Crips LLC, they relinquished their bid for the slogan, The Marathon Continues. I don't know what he's going to name these documentaries that he's working on and he's trying to put out. I don't even know if Big U had anything to do with the LLC, the Crips LLC company. He may have. I don't know. I'm sure maybe some of you guys out there that you might know. I don't know. I've never trekked into it. I don't even really care. But I know that another video that I think it was all viral access because I like his commentary. I think I was watching that on his channel where it was another video that he was talking about. He's coming out with these videos and you gotta pay for it, and he was all being all snarky on that. You know what I mean? Like, he gets off on being snarky or shady anytime it relates to Nipsey because, like I said, it just perpetuates what he knows everybody is thinking right now. So, this guy, he's just trying to make some money. So, since the LLC released their bid for the Marathon Continues slogan or name, I don't know what he's going to call these documentaries that everybody has to pay for. You know what I mean? I don't know what he's going to call them, but that's all he's about. He wants everybody to go run out and buy these documentaries that he's trying to do. And like he said on another video, Nipsey rapped about his life. Whatever. Nipsey rapped about his life. Okay? It just so happens that both of you had history in gangs, primarily the Rolling 60s. So I mean, this guy is a complete idiot for even saying that. Damn well Nipsey was not rapping about Big U's life. He was rapping about his own life. Now, could he have made some references to Big U, which I doubt, but he may have. I mean, because they was living the street life. So technically, he's making references to anybody who has been a part of a gang or whatever. But he made it seem he said it as though Nipsey was just straight up talking about specific things related to him. This guy is just an idiot, and he's really just trying to capitalize as much as he can on Nipsey's death for money purposes. So I believe that Big U is completely and totally harmless in terms of him not having anything to do with Nipsey's death. I'm not saying he's not a murderer and he hasn't really done some heavy, hard stuff as it relates to the gang. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, he's just trying to get some attention, get his followers up, get his live views up so he can make $1. That's really what it's all about for this guy. So, anyway, I mean, we really need to just fall back on him because he's just a waste of time trying to research Big U. I just don't even think he's a big deal. No one's going to work with him. Like, nobody is going to work with this guy. Like, he might as well really hang it up. And if someone does work with him, it'll be years. I'm talking years down the line. I mean, he might as well go back trying to seek out another really, really young, talented artist or rapper from the LA area and try to capitalize on one of them and trying to make big off another rapper, because nobody from the industry is going to fuck with him. Nobody likes him, for one, because of the rumor. Two, if Jay-Z or somebody like that not fucking with you, nobody gonna fuck with you, period. Everybody knows that Jay-Z has the plug right now. Jay-Z has his foot basically on the entire industry as it relates to the black community, okay? He is the man, or whatever you want to call it. Like it or love it, that's who got the plug, okay? Period. Nipsey and Jay were inseparable, before Nipsey died. He had just signed with Roc Nation and all of that, and got all his music on Tidal. We all know that story about how that was later on a bad move for Nip. I mean, it was almost pretty much the complete opposite of what he wanted. Only thing is that he was able to keep a large percentage of his masters and his royalties, or whatever the case may be. But I think I heard or read somewhere where his deal was a 360 deal. So even now, after he's gone, during his death, Roc Nation, Puma, all these people are still making money off of Nip. When they get ready to drop the Puma deal, all them people gonna make money off of Nip. So, I mean, and that's what he did not want. But, you got to get in. They're going to get you some type of way. So, I mean, I think it was a great thing that he was able to keep a large percentage of his masters. That's a big deal. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Nip. God bless. Rest in peace. But this guy, nobody's going to work with him. Nobody. He was pretty much jealous because Nip had basically made it. Like, he had basically arrived. Nip was on the guest list of all the A-list parties. Like I said, he had mad invites to the Roc Nation events and the Roc Nation Grammy parties. And you already know, once you on those guest lists, you're in. Doesn't necessarily mean you got millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars in the bank, but it definitely means that you're in this particular crowd. You know what I mean? These particular group of people you're in. You think Big U on any of those guest lists? Hell no. Is he going to be on any of those guest lists even after Nipsey? Hell no, because nobody gonna fuck with him. And Jay-Z definitely ain't gonna fuck with him. So I don't know how the hell he think he gonna make some real money. Because he not making no money from the industry. Not no real money. He might as well keep praying that these documentaries jump off and that, he could do a nip. He may be able to sell these documentaries for everybody ain't gonna be able to sell stuff for $100 though, like Nip did, and you know what I mean, made $1 million selling his CD for $100. Now, would you buy $100 documentary from Big U? Hell no, and you a dumbass, you a big ass fool if you do. So, like I said, he may make a few 100,000, I guess, off his community, off his people, buying these documentaries or whatever, and people from all over will buy them because people from all over wants the end. They want the know. They want to know what the life is about, what the LA gang life is about, what Nipsey was about before he became, so well known to everybody and all that stuff. So people will buy it. So he probably, like I said, he'll make some little money, but he not gonna make no real extreme money because no one's from the industry is really gonna fuck with him. Period. So whatever, Big U. Okay, do what you do.